Hi guys, welcome to another English lesson. Today we'll be taking a trip to a destination unknown. My name is Davor Černi and this is another English lesson for 4th grade high school students. So we'll be reading, watching videos, applying different strategies and analyzing different specific and implicit information. So let's get ready. Get your equipment ready, and of course you can stop the video at any time, and in the video description you can find all the links needed for this lesson. So, little introduction. Let's play an association game. I'll show you some photos and you try to guess what will be our destination today. Have you guessed already? So our destination is UK. So what I would like to do is think about all the things that remind you of, or when somebody says UK, what do you think of? So is it London, Queen, Lady D, British Empire, tea time, royal family, fish and chips, punk music, beer, Buckingham Palace, Oxford and Cambridge, sponge cake, Big Ben? So have you thought of any of these things? So where are we going today? In the UK. So we are going to visit Manchester, because Manchester misses you. So, what about Manchester? What is a Mancunian? It's a person from Manchester, a city in the north of England. Also, it's a name for a dialect spoken in the northern part of England. What is the most famous symbol of Manchester? It's a worker bee. It symbolizes the hard workship of people from Manchester. Have you heard of the term Manchester? This is a sound of music from Manchester. You can follow the link and learn more about it. Bands like Oasis, Stone Roses, Happy Mondays, Joy Division, Smiths all came from Manchester. Manchester was the world's first industrial city. It was built on the industry of textile and the transportation. Where is Manchester? So Manchester is situated in the north of England, or we can say that it's situated in the central part of the British Isles. As you can see from the map, it's somewhere in the middle between Edinburgh and London. How can we get to Manchester? You can use a train and arrive at one of the three main train stations in Manchester, Piccadilly, Oxford Road, or Victoria Station. You can get the bus. There is a National Express and there is a megabus. If you're driving, you can use the M60, which takes you to Manchester, and flying to Manchester will take you to Manchester Airport Terminal 3. History. So from Roman times around 18 AD, the remains can be seen in the castle fields. Manchester started developing in the medieval times. Around 1301, Manchester is granted a charter. They started weaving silk in 1637. The first newspaper was published in 1719. As we already said, Manchester was the first industrial city, and the memories of the Industrial Revolution can be seen in the Bridgewater Canal, which was built in 1761. 1853, Manchester is made an official city. Manchester University was started in 1824 and by its today's name is known from 1903. And for the topic we are talking about today, Manchester Civil Justice Centre was officially opened by the Queen in 2008. So, diversity. What language do you speak? What is your religion? What holidays do you celebrate? What is your racial identification? What is your ethnic identity? What is your culture? And why is culture diversity so important? So all these questions are kind of answered or come together in Manchester. We can say that all races and ethnicities are accepted, all religions, countries of origin, gender identities, sexual orientations, abilities and disabilities, spoken languages, all ages, everyone. We stand here with you, you are safe here. So, Manchester is famous for its cultural diversity or multiculturalism. We'll practice some words here. Recognition, respect, acknowledging, valuing, encouraging, empowering, celebrating. So please read the sentences and try to decide which word goes into which sentence. So, you treat someone with respect. A man of the present, valuing justly the past, and no dreamer. When he spoke, he had encouraging news. It was empowering to see so many people. Everybody was celebrating the victory. The societies require government recognition. She turned to Claire as if acknowledging she was in charge. Some more keywords from the text we're going to read. Fancy, converse, downplay, culinary, vast, and prestige. You have the definitions on the right, so match the words with their definition. So when you fancy something, you feel like converse, talk, downplay, make something appear less important than it really is. Culinary, related to cooking. Vast, very large. And prestige, respect and admiration that someone or something gets for being successful or important. So the reading, Manchester diversity. Well, Manchester is really a diverse city, multicultural city, and this is probably best seen in the Manchester Day Parade, when different communities of Manchester come together and take part in a Manchester Day Parade, usually dressed up in their country origin costumes or showing or displaying a theme from one of the different cultures existing in Manchester. You have the link here and the QR code which you can use to access the reading activity. So read the text about Manchester diversity and answer some of the tasks that you have there. So welcome back from the reading. Here is some more vocabulary work. Match the adverbs to the adjectives to create phrases from the text. So what is linguistically diverse? Largely unrecognized, entirely self-supporting, and widely spoken. Now we're going to use these phrases to rephrase some of the sentences. To help you, I'll just give you a hint here above. So people speak English all over the world. So English is the most widely spoken language in the world. How would we say in different words that many different languages are used in Manchester? We can say that Manchester is one of the most linguistically diverse cities in the world. How would we say that not many people have heard of Manchester's cultural diversity? Manchester's cultural diversity is largely unrecognized. And is this diversity funded by the government? How would we say this in different words? Manchester's linguistical diversity is entirely self-supporting. So, they say that Manchester is the city of firsts. They say that what Manchester thinks today, the world thinks tomorrow. Here are a few more words that I would like you to think about. Magnate, ignite, loom, short, spending spree, scouring, philanthropic, pomp and glory, basket case, and powerhouse. So after winning the lottery, the boy went on a 2-day spending spree. So spending the money he won. What are the police doing in the countryside since the child is missing? They are scouring the countryside for the missing child. Some of the best services for the aging are sponsored by what kind of organizations? Philanthropic. A person who has a lot of money is a magnate. So she married a Texan oil magnate. And what can happen to gunpowder? It can fail to ignite or explode prematurely. So it doesn't explode or it explodes too soon. Here are the other 5 sentences. The shadow of a greater economic crisis, it looms large in most of the developed countries in the world. What are the little pieces of glass called? They're called shards. So during the Oktoberfest, we speak of Bavaria's week of pomp and glory. By the end of the course, I was a complete basket case. I hope you're not. I hope you managed to stay normal till the end of this school year. And the university is no longer the academic powerhouse that it once was. So what I would like you to do is follow the link and the QR code and watch a video, a travel guide video about Manchester. While watching the video, I would like you to name the 6 museums and art galleries mentioned, the 2 libraries, 2 famous inventions, 2 famous pieces of writing started in Manchester, 2 important buildings in Manchester, and 4 musical bands. Also, tell us what is Manchester, or which city is Manchester compared to in this video, and what is the name of the famous dinosaur found in the Manchester Museum. You can also follow the book widget link and do these activities as a quiz. So, I hope you watched the video. Let's check your answers. So, the 6 museums mentioned in the video are the Museum of Science and Industry, where you can take a look at Manchester's industrial and scientific past, Manchester Art Gallery, where you can take a look at the art collections, the Manchester Museum, famous Manchester Museum, which has a huge dinosaur collection and a huge Egypt collection. Manchester, famous for its 2 football clubs, Manchester United and Manchester City, also has the National Football Museum. There is the People's History Museum and the Imperial War Museum North. 2 libraries. One of the oldest libraries in Great Britain, the Cheetham Library, and the famous John Rylands Library. The 2 inventions. Well, the atom was split in Manchester, and Manchester is considered the birthplace of the first modern computer. So, 2 famous pieces of writing, the Communist Manifesto, written by Engels and Marx, and Thomas Paine's The Rights of Man, a writing which started the French Revolution and the revolutions in the second part of the 18th century. 2 famous buildings, the Beetham Tower and the Town Hall. The music bands, Joy Division, the Smiths, the Stone Roses, Oasis. Manchester was regarded as Venice at the time, and the T-Rex is called Stan. So, if you're going to Manchester, it's important to plan your visit. You can also visit the visitmanchester.com to find more about it. Well, while you're visiting Manchester, do experience things, learn. If you want to study in Manchester, they say that Manchester is perfect for students, and you can discover the university. When you're there, take part in Manchester Day, embrace Manchester's diversity, share, and enjoy. If you want to test your knowledge about Manchester, here are the 2 Kahoot links where you can play the quizzes. And now over to you. Choose a city in UK, prepare a short presentation. Try to include how to get there, something about the history, the sites, culture and entertainment, and if there are any famous people coming from this city. Before we part, decide on what or how did you like today's lesson. Did you fall asleep, give us a thumbs up, or jump for joy? Here are some of the links used in this lesson. Adapted with permission to linguahouse.com and thanks to Visit Manchester and Manchester ACUK, the Manchester University website. Well, thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and hope to see you next time. Bye.